Not me planning out what I thought was a compelling deep dive into the state of beauty YouTube in 2021, only for Ms. Jackiana of YouTube royalty, Jackiana, to come back from her YouTube break and neatly address the issue in the first, 5 minutes of her video.
Oh, the beauty guru as we know it, is it still a thing? Does anybody care?
Regardless, we move. Give this video a like and let's jump into the topic. For me personally, and I suspect anyone who felt the need to watch this video, our first introduction to this platform was beauty YouTube. Back then, even for those who weren't actively wearing makeup, our faves were likely beauty YouTubers in some capacity. But in 2021, the landscape absolutely just looks and feels very different. Instagram has sort of subsumed the traditional makeup tutorial type beauty content. Long form makeup tutorials just don't provide the versatility and creative outlet that short form video platforms such as Instagram and now TikTok do. Outrageous thumbnails and clickbait titles have always yielded the biggest numbers on YouTube. I can give up 60 seconds of my time to watch a babe do a wild transformation, intricate editorial style eyeshadow, even cosplay. But am I gonna watch 20 minutes of that? Herein lies the apparent death. That's a little bit artistic. The apparent death of the beauty YouTuber in 2021. To quote a friend, the creases have been cut. And the girls? Well, they have their holy grail products. So traditional content in that way it just doesn't bang. But more than that, where is everyone? At the very top, the biggest beauty YouTubers have outgrown the platform. They're working on projects, they're securing huge real world deals, they're buying houses, they're off conquering other platforms. A lot of these channels are fairly quiet. It's very much giving me ghost town, especially considering some of the most successful creators on the platform today are uploading multiple times a week. Okay, hear me out. Beauty YouTubers are absolutely the archetype for what we recognize as influencers today. When the history of humankind is written, I am 90% sure that the first recorded influencer brand deal will be in the beauty space. This niche cultivates a captive audience and simply lends itself to monetization in a way that other industries could only dream of. In 2021 though, I genuinely do not believe that you can blow and maintain the views and engagement that some other niches on YouTube manage solely based on beauty content. I just don't believe. I think that ship has. It can't just be me noticing the subscriber count stalling and the average channel views looking a bit off. That isn't to say that these creators aren't still deep in their bag. As I said, Instagram and TikTok is where it's at in 2021, and that is also where the beauty ad money is. Because of this, I guess some of the babes are just missing in action. How to Grow on YouTube 101 says that if you post consistent, engaging content, you will grow. But through my, and this is completely anecdotal, research, I've noticed that this mismatch between subscriber count and views, aka engagement, is not only a thing with the channels that have vacant owners who only jump back on the platform and post every few weeks or every few months, but it's also a thing for the creators who are posting at a level of consistency that I could only hope to achieve. I'm happy to dissect. Yeah, I like that word, dissect. I'm happy to dissect this in a future video. And in the first instance, this might seem like it's completely irrelevant to the wider discussion to you. But to summarize my thoughts on this specific area, there's a reason that a femme-dominated space such as beauty is effectively capped at the knees on this platform. And on top of that, the few beauty stars who do break out and reach sort of superstar status on this platform are men. I want you to hold, I'm passing this to you. I want you to hold on to it for me. Put a little pin in it. Hold this one for me. And it's really the end of this quote that I want you guys to focus on. As long as the people choosing where to invest the money are men, the industry will be shaped by the male gaze, which has been proven to denigrate the work of women. Hold that. Just hold that for me. I'm all for the big corporate conspiracy, and like I said, put a pin in it. We'll come back to that thought. But it's important for me to circle back to my original hypothesis that the people, the viewers, the subscribers have just democratically decided that they don't want traditional beauty content anymore. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not watching it. Are you watching it? I mean, ultimately, we've been sold all the products and we've bought all the palettes. I mean, there's also a nascent but growing awareness around consumerism and overconsumption. That means the idea of hoarding makeup because YouTube made me do it, it's just a bit, it's not appealing. The YouTube Culture and Trends Report, yeah, that's a thing. It exists. I'm serious. Like, if you really want to research on YouTube, I feel like soon there needs to be, can I get my PhD in YouTube studies? Because like, I think, I'm reading a quote. The YouTube Culture and Trends Report highlighted that between 2017 and 2019, viewership on videos with, thrifting in, or how to thrift in the title increased by 10 times, 10x, tenfold. Now, yes, that is specific to fashion, but I think you get the inference that I'm trying to draw here is somewhat of a cultural shift. People are beginning, emphasis beginning, to not want to hoard massive amounts of clothes, makeup. I'll let Jackie make this point.
See the opportunities that some of the other people get in the industry. And you know what? Honestly, this conversation does not even relate to me. I'm not the only Black YouTuber. I'm not the only dark-skinned Black YouTuber. So this is a conversation not just for me, but other creators on the platform who really aren't getting from this website the same energy that we put in. Because a lot of us, let's be very honest, make a lot of these apps. You know, like, we're at the forefront of trends. We are the ones that are determining what's popping and what's not. But for the most part, we don't always get to be the highest growing creators on the platform. We don't always get the most opportunities.
The issue of race on YouTube, let alone within the beauty community, is a standalone video in and of itself. The most successful Black beauty creators have spent much more time curating their large followings, only for them to reach that weird subscriber to views ratio burnout peak that I've described a lot quicker than their peers. It makes sense that some of them are not as active on this platform in 2021, because I can imagine it seems as though you've maxed out in terms of growth, but a lot quicker than your peers. You've reached a cap that you're not really moving past anytime soon. I think the main cause of this is a lack of access to opportunities, perhaps, which I think a lot of these creators have alluded to. A lot of access to opportunities that allow these creators to grow beyond the beauty niche. These men become general YouTubers as opposed to beauty YouTubers, and they're watched by a much broader audience. Also, maybe kind of important to note that your channel is pretty much guaranteed to blow if it appeals almost exclusively to jobless kids who have the time to spend developing unhealthy obsessions with you. Can someone get these kids a job? Someone needs to get these kids a job and get them off YouTube. Take YouTube away from the kids. It's enough. Bailey Sarian's channel is insane. Her numbers completely prove my point. It's not confirmation bias at all. Her posting schedule varies. Sometimes she'll post once a week, take a bit of a gap, once a month. It varies, but she consistently racks up millions of views, anywhere from half of to double of her subscriber count. Insane engagement. Don't get me wrong, she's been on YouTube since 2013. I'm sure that she's put in her shift in uploading consistently to grow her channel, and she wasn't always making the type of content that she uploads now. She very much did make generic beauty content when that was what was popping. But I think her channel is a perfect example of how creators that have survived have adapted and grown over time. This ability to adapt is probably how she managed to run through 1 million to 4 million subscribers in 1 year. Guys, 2020 wasn't bad for everyone. We were not all experiencing the same 2020. We weren't all experiencing the same 2020 because some of us were suffering and some of us we reached 1 million subscribers and reached 4 million subscribers in the same year. Her brand now is pretty much exclusively Murder Mysteries, which is her true crime series where she does her makeup and explores true crime stories. The true crime storytelling entertainment element is the value add that sets her apart and keeps her drawing a consistently engaged audience. In fact, she probably doesn't even need to post multiple times a week, as it would probably hurt her brand if anything, because her videos are well researched and detailed, and I can imagine that takes time. Clearly, I think we can agree that the viewers, the millions of viewers, are not necessarily there solely for her makeup looks or even at all for her makeup looks. But I think that's where we've reached in 2021. The biggest, highest earning beauty channels have transcended just makeup. There's a value add, the most common being entertainment, storytelling, or commentary. So far, I think this video has been a bit problems of the rich and famous, 1% of the 1% issues kind of vibes. As I said, the big creators are definitely still financially set. They're set good. But not everyone on YouTube is going to be that big or is going to grow to that level. And there are still people on this platform, beauty content creators on this platform, with probably 1/10 of the following of some of these people I've talked about, who are absolutely making a living. So I think the question obviously then becomes, what is the future of YouTube for these small and medium-sized creators? Where is the platform going for them? Because naturally, everyone's not just going to become a true crime channel and start raking in the dollars. It just, unfortunately, you think if it worked like that, I wouldn't have already signed away my soul on the dotted line. You think I wouldn't have already signed up if I'll just become a true crime story? And you know me, I even love true crime. I would have just signed up like that, because guys, we all in 2021, we need to be where the money resides. In this life, you need to eat. Beauty creators probably do know, or should know at this point, that they can't just bring a cute eyeshadow tutorial to the table. It's always been the case, to be honest, and it's definitely the case across various YouTube niches, various types of YouTube industry video people. The skills and the tutorials, they may bag you a viral video or two, but the people, the audience, the subscribers, they will absolutely stick around for what you can offer in terms of entertainment value, and they will stay engaged based on how entertaining your personality. Ultimately, channels are still growing in 2021. New creators are popping up. Small, medium-sized channels are still growing. So there is absolutely still a market for what the girls are selling. Taking it back to that handy YouTube culture and trends report, With Me styled videos grew by 600% after self-isolation started. That's anything from paint with me, to study with me, to shop with me, to sleep with me. Like, naturally, the with me genre is a descendant of early YouTube get ready with me's. What did I say about beauty YouTube setting pace in the influencer industry? Within the beauty community, this type of video has evolved into chatty get ready with me's or chit chat get ready with me's. I think very few people will sit and just watch you do your makeup in silence anymore, which is what early get ready with me videos look like. And the subscribers are just sitting there like, more, give us more. Want your personality? Can't see enough personality there. Don't like it at all. People will literally do anything with you, as long as you is someone people like. Due to this great migration to other apps that we've spoken about, YouTube has sort of become a secondary platform for a lot of beauty content creators. The creators are giving hauls, vlogs, follow me around, day in my life, influencing lifestyle videos that generally fall in the lifestyle niche. But I guess lifestyle, beauty and fashion have, you know, they've always generally overlapped on YouTube anyway, so. But my point in noting this is that I feel like this should end up lending itself to more openness and transparency, or at least an attempt to seem more open and transparent. I feel like ultimately in 2021, people look up to influencers, but differently. They want to be them, and you know, they see influencers as aspirational but also as attainable. And I'll be the first to admit this, it doesn't seem that far off. It's like, if I just implement this formula, I can be them. I actually plan to discuss the growth of how to grow on YouTube videos. I know it's like the irony, talking about how to grow on YouTube, to get views and grow on YouTube. I know. But in 2021, I genuinely think that a lot of the formula to growth lies in openness and transparency here. A lot of behind the scenes type content. This is how this happens. This is how, you know, this is how I batch and shoot content. This is what the finances look like. This is the reality of being an influencer. I think that type of transparency is what I see sort of being big and growing quite fast in 2021. Also, this naturally lends itself to a lot more financial transparency, and I think a lot of people in all types of, whether it's 9-to-5 type jobs or, you know, self-employment, a lot of people are talking a lot more about financial transparency. So it's not sort of dedicated just to the beauty industry or influencer industry. Having said all that, I feel like there is probably a trend towards more financial transparency. Think the influencer pay gap on Instagram, that type of transparency. Yes, people are nosy and they have absolutely no right to knowledge about your finances or your personal life that you don't wish to share. However, the people want to know. There are other sort of parts, factions, sections of YouTube where people are painfully transparent about how much they earn and are monetizing this content. Meanwhile, beauty YouTubers are still telling us that I can't say, unfortunately, how much. Like, babe, even AdSense, like even just the AdSense, personal finance is big on YouTube at the moment. To be honest, personal finance YouTube is where the money resides in 2021. And I'm not saying that to even say I necessarily think that's where it's going, but I think that's where the creators should be going. Diversify. If there's one thing to be taken away from this video, apart from, you know, that the world is just generally sexist and doesn't value anything that women like or women are good at or women do en masse, apart from that takeaway, that hot take from the beginning, and apart from the fact that you know, the YouTube pretty damn racist, how do you say so myself, apart from that, put that to the back too. If there's one thing to take away, it's to diversify. The audience are tired. They're not buying any more palettes. I'm so sorry about it. Ooh, if you guys are not tired, I am tired. I could theorize forever. Ultimately though, these are just my observations and feelings on what beauty YouTube looks and feels like in 2021. More than ever, I honestly, truly, with my whole heart believe this is the season of the small content creator. We're all looking for new faves. I don't know about you guys. Let me know who you're watching at the moment, because I feel like we're all looking for new people to watch who are still relatable and are coming through with the consistent quality content. So honestly, I think the babes are not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. YouTube's not dead. To answer your question, Kate, guys, I think if you've made it to this point and you know you're really committed to finding out what's up with the beauty industry at the moment, what's going on with the beauty creators at the moment, if you really made it to this point, give yourself a round of applause and then give this video a big like. Let me log off. Cut the cameras. Cut this shit. Can